Captain Alan Russell stood on the bridge of the UES Defiant, his eyes fixed on the view screen. The alien ship grew larger as it approached, its sleek purple hull gleaming against the blackness of space. It was twice the size of the Defiant and, shaped like a curved blade, Russell felt a knot form in his stomach. "They're hailing us again, sir," said Communications Officer Lisa Wright. Her fingers moved quickly across her console. "Same message as before," Russell nodded. "Put it through." The alien's face appeared on screen. It had pale blue skin with faint scale-like patterns. Its eyes were large and completely black, with no visible pupils. 4 small breathing holes replaced what would be a nose on a human face. "Greetings, Captain Russell of Earth," the alien said. Its mouth moved oddly with the words, like it was speaking through a translator. "I am Ambassador Zaklath of the Vorsidian Empire. We come as representatives of the Galactic Concordiat. We are pleased to formally invite humanity to join our alliance of species." Russell kept his face neutral. "We appreciate the invitation, Ambassador. Earth has been looking forward to peaceful contact with other intelligent life for centuries. We will dock with your ship in 30 minutes to begin discussions," Zaklath said. "Please prepare your meeting facilities." The screen went dark before Russell could respond. "I don't like this," said Deputy Commander Olivia Martinez, standing at Russell's side. "The Concordiat claims to be a democratic alliance, but they're not asking if we want them to board. They're telling us." Russell turned to Science Officer Kevin Barnes. "Any updates on your scans?" Barnes looked up from his console, pushing his glasses back up his nose. "Their technology is far beyond ours, sir. Energy readings are off the charts, but there's something odd. I'm detecting weapon systems powering up even though they're on a diplomatic mission." "Keep monitoring them," Russell ordered. "Lisa, are you still picking up those strange transmissions?" Wright nodded. Her forehead creased with concentration. "Yes, sir. They're encrypted, but our AI is making progress breaking the code. They seem to be communicating with someone else, not just us." "Put it through the translation matrix," Russell said. "I want to know what they're saying before they come aboard." The next 20 minutes passed in tense silence. The crew of the Defiant went through the motions of preparing for first contact, but everyone felt the weight of uncertainty. "Captain," Wright called suddenly, "I've got fragments of the transmission translated. You need to hear this." Russell crossed to her station. "Play it." A scratchy voice filled the bridge. "Human subjugation protocols ready. Assessment of military capabilities. Minimal resistance expected. Classification as managed species approved by Council." Russell's blood ran cold. "Send security teams to all docking areas. Full armor and weapons. Tell them to stay out of sight but be ready." "Sir," Barnes interrupted, "the alien ship is scanning our systems extensively. They're focusing on our weapons and propulsion. Backup." "Our databases and prepare for emergency protocols," Russell ordered. "Martinez, you'll come with me to meet them. Wright, Barnes, keep working on those transmissions." "Sir, is that wise?" Martinez asked quietly. "We need to find out their true intentions," Russell said. "If they wanted to destroy us, they could have done it already. They want something else." The Defiant shuddered slightly as the alien ship attached to their docking port. Russell and Martinez, along with 4 hidden security officers, waited as the airlock cycled. Ambassador Zaklath entered first, followed by 4 other aliens. They wore no visible weapons, but their fitted uniforms had a military precision to them. "Welcome aboard the Defiant," Russell said. "We've prepared a conference room for our discussions." "Thank you, Captain," Zaklath said, his black eyes revealing nothing. "We are eager to share the benefits of Concordiat membership with your species." As they walked through the corridors, Russell noticed the aliens studying everything intently, too intently for simple curiosity. In the conference room, Zaklath placed a small device on the table. It projected a holographic image of dozens of star systems. "The Concordiat spans over 300 worlds," Zaklath explained. "Each species contributes according to their abilities and receives protection and technology in return." "And what would Earth contribute?" Martinez asked. Something flickered across Zaklath's face. Amusement? Contempt? Humans have much potential. As a workforce, he said, your physical endurance and adaptability are impressive. Many concordiate species would value such traits. Workforce? Russell repeated. You make it sound like we would be laborers, not equal members. Zikalath's posture changed subtly. Captain, let us be direct. The concordiate classifies species by development level. Humans would enter as a Class 3 managed species. In time, perhaps, centuries, you might advance to full membership. Managed species? Martinez said sharply. You mean servants? Russell's communicator beeped. Wright's voice came through urgently. Captain, we've decoded more transmissions. They're planning to... The device on the table suddenly pulsed with light. The aliens all touched something on their wrists. Russell felt the trap closing. Security teams, move in now. Chaos erupted. The aliens moved with shocking speed, pulling hidden weapons. Energy blasts scorched the walls. 2 security officers fell immediately. Martinez charged at one alien, her combat training evident. She managed to disable it before another caught her in some kind of energy field. Stop! Zikalath shouted as he held Martinez immobilized. Or we kill her now. Russell froze, his own weapon half drawn. The remaining security team held their positions. You should have accepted your place, Zikalath said coldly. Humans are too aggressive to be allowed free rein among the stars. We've studied your violent history. He backed toward the door, dragging Martinez with him. The Concordiat will return with a proper subjugation fleet. Accept your classification or face extinction. As the aliens retreated with Martinez still their prisoner, Russell called after them. You should have done your homework better on human history. We don't surrender and we don't leave our people behind. The alien ship detached quickly, its engines flaring as it moved away from the Defiant. Sir, Wright's voice came over the comm. They're preparing to jump to faster-than-light travel. We'll lose them. Russell rushed back to the bridge. Track their quantum signature. Get me Earth Command immediately. The view screen showed the alien ship shrinking into the distance. This isn't over, Russell said, his voice like steel. They've just made the biggest mistake in their history. They took one of ours. As the alien ship vanished into hyperspace, Russell turned to his crew. Send word to every Earth ship. As of now, we are at war with the Vorsidian Empire. And the first rule of this war, we take no prisoners until Martinez comes home. Admiral Susan Hayes stood before the United Earth Defense Council, her gray uniform crisp, despite the 36 hours she had been awake. On the large screen behind her, satellite footage showed the Vorsidian ship vanishing into what scientists now called hyperspace. Deputy Commander Olivia Martinez was still aboard that ship. They've underestimated us, Hayes said to the 12 grim-faced council members. The Concordiat believes our space travel technology is limited to our solar system. A council member leaned forward. And is it not, Admiral? Hayes allowed herself a small smile. They don't know about Project Thunderbolt. The room fell silent. Project Thunderbolt had been Earth's most closely guarded secret for the past 5 years. After finding a damaged alien probe on Mars, Earth scientists had reverse-engineered technology that allowed for faster-than-light travel. The UES Relentless is ready, Hayes continued. It's our first deep space pursuit vessel. Captain Eric Daniels will command the rescue mission. Rescue mission? Another council member asked. Admiral, we're talking about going to war with an entire galactic alliance. For one officer? Hayes looked the man directly in the eyes. We don't leave our people behind. That's non-negotiable. And this isn't just about Martinez. The Vorsidians clearly plan to subjugate humanity. This is about our freedom. The council voted unanimously to approve the mission. Hayes left the meeting and headed directly to the space elevator that would take her to the orbital shipyard, where the Relentless waited. Captain Eric Daniels was inspecting the bridge when Hayes arrived. He was younger than most captains, only 35, but his record was spotless. He had been the natural choice to command Earth's most advanced ship. Admiral on deck, someone called, and everyone stood at attention. At ease, Hayes said. Captain Daniels, walk with me. As they moved through the ship's corridors, Hayes explained the mission. Your orders are to rescue Deputy Commander Martinez and gather intelligence on this Concordiat. We need to know what we're facing. Daniels nodded. We've been studying the quantum wake signature left by the alien vessel. My flight lieutenant believes she can track it. They entered a room where a young woman with short blonde hair stood before a three-dimensional star map. This was flight. Lieutenant Samantha Wilson, the best pilot in the fleet. Admiral, Wilson said, nodding respectfully. I've plotted an intercept course. The Vorsidian ship is heading for this star system, about 20 light-years from Earth. How long will it take us to get there? Hayes asked. With our new engines, 3 days, Wilson replied. We'll catch them. They don't know we can follow. Hayes then met with Security Chief Greg Foster, a tall man with dark skin and serious eyes. He had assembled a rescue team, including combat specialist Jason Miller, whose family had served in the military for generations. We're ready, Admiral, Foster said. My team has been training with the new weapons developed from the alien technology. We'll get Martinez back. Hayes addressed the entire crew before departure. You are about to venture farther than any humans have gone before. You carry with you the hopes of Earth. Find Martinez, learn what you can about our enemy, and show them that humanity will not be enslaved. The Relentless departed that night, its revolutionary engines glowing blue against the blackness of space as it accelerated beyond the speed of light. Meanwhile, light years away, Martinez remained conscious despite the drugs the aliens had given her. They had locked her in a small cell aboard their ship. The walls were smooth and slightly warm to the touch, made of some material she didn't recognize. Door slid open, and 2 Vorsidians entered. One was Ziklath. The other was taller, with elaborate markings on its face that Martinez guessed indicated higher rank. The human is awake, the marked one said. Good. I am Fleet Commander Vrax. You will answer our questions about Earth's defenses. Martinez said nothing. She had already decided to reveal nothing useful. Your silence is pointless, Vrax said. We have ways to extract information. They brought in a device that looked like a metal helmet with wires and lights. Martinez felt fear but didn't show it. When they placed it on her head, pain shot through her skull. Now, Ziklath said, tell us about Earth's military capabilities. Martinez fought against the pain and fed them false information. She described fictional defense systems and made Earth's fleet seem smaller than it was. Most importantly, she said nothing about Project Thunderbolt or the Relentless. After hours of questioning, they returned her to her cell. Martinez lay on the hard bed, exhausted but proud. She had protected Earth's secrets. Now she needed to find a way to escape or at least learn more about her captors. In the days that followed, Martinez observed the aliens carefully. She noticed that a young Vorsidian brought her food regularly. This one seemed different, more curious than hostile. Why do you stare at me? Martinez asked it one day. The young alien seemed startled that she had spoken directly to it. I have never seen a human before. You are not what I expected. What did you expect? The elders say humans are violent primitives who would destroy the harmony of the Concordiat. Martinez laughed bitterly. We were peaceful until you attacked us and took me prisoner. The alien looked troubled. This is not how the Concordiat is supposed to work. We should be helping younger species, not subjugating them. What's your name? Martinez asked. Elik, the alien replied. I am a science apprentice. Elik, I'm Olivia Martinez, and I think your leaders have been lying to you about the Concordiat's true purpose. Their conversation was interrupted when another Vorsidian appeared. Elik quickly left, but not before giving Martinez a look that suggested their discussion wasn't over. Back on the Relentless, the crew was making a disturbing discovery. As they followed the alien ship's trail, they picked up distress signals from a small planet near their path. Captain, Communications Officer Peter Garcia said, I'm translating their message. They're asking for help against Concordiat forces, who are harvesting their population. Captain Daniels made a quick decision. Adjust course. Let's find out what's happening there. When the Relentless arrived at the planet, they found evidence of a recent attack. The inhabitants, small furry beings called Kalani, told a familiar story. The Concordiat had come offering friendship, then classified them as a resource species, and began taking them as workers. "We're not the first, Security Chief," Foster said grimly after interviewing the Kalani leaders. "Humanity isn't the first race the Concordiat has tried to subjugate. They've been doing this for centuries. And we won't be the last if we don't stop them," Daniel said. "Let's continue our mission. But now we know. We're not just fighting for Martinez or Earth. We're fighting for all free species." The Relentless continued its pursuit, now with several Kalani volunteers aboard who knew Vorsidian space. The hunt for Martinez had become something bigger, the beginning of a resistance against the Concordiat's true empire. The UES Relentless dropped out of hyperspace near a small asteroid field. According to their Kalani guides, this area contained a secret outpost used by species who opposed the Concordiat. Captain Daniels ordered the ship to approach cautiously. "You sure this is safe?" Flight Lieutenant Wilson asked the lead Kalani, a female named Tiri. "No place is safe from the Concordiat for long," Tiri replied, her fur rippling with worry. "But Outpost Krell has remained hidden for many cycles. It is where the resistance meets." Security Chief Foster didn't like the idea of trusting strangers so quickly. "It could be a trap," he warned Daniels. "We need allies," Daniels said, "and information about where they're keeping Martinez." As they approached a particularly large asteroid, hidden doors opened in its surface. The Relentless received docking instructions from someone inside. "They're using old frequencies the Concordiat doesn't monitor," Communications Officer Garcia noted. "Smart." The inside of the asteroid was hollow, converted into a bustling base. Ships of various designs were docked along the walls. Beings of different species moved about with purpose. Some looked at the human ship with surprise, others with hope. Daniels selected a small team to disembark: himself, Foster, combat specialist, Miller, and Chief Engineer Nicole Anderson. Thierry led them to a large circular room where representatives from 3 alien species waited. "Humans," said a tall reptilian being with dark green scales and yellow eyes. "I am Ambassador Krax of the Saurans. With me are Leader Zahn of the Lithoids and Elder Mist of the Nebulans." Zahn was a crystalline being that seemed to glow from within. Mist was harder to see clearly, more like a colorful fog contained within a special suit. "I'm Captain Eric Daniels of Earth," Daniels replied. "We're tracking a Vorsidian ship that kidnapped one of our officers." "The Vorsidians," Krax hissed. "They control the Concordiat from the shadows. Few know this truth." "Tell us what you know," Foster urged. Krax explained their situation. "The Concordiat presents itself as a peaceful federation to new species. Once they have access to your worlds, they classify you as protectorates or worse. They've been doing this for thousands of years. The Vorsidians believe they are superior to all life forms," the crystalline Zahn added, voice ringing like chimes. "They use other species as resources." Elder Mist's voice came through a translator, sounding like distant whispers. "We 3 species have fought against them in secret. Others have joined us, but we lack the strength for open rebellion." Daniels shared Earth's situation. The alien leaders were impressed by humanity's quick response to the threat. "Your people developed faster than light travel without Concordiat help?" Krax asked, surprised. "We adapted it from a crashed probe," Anderson explained. "It took years, but we managed it." "Impressive," Mist whispered. "The Vorsidians underestimated your capabilities. This is good." They formed an alliance. The Resistance had information about Vorsidian space and technology that humans needed. In return, Earth's military approach offered a new hope for the Resistance. While Anderson worked with Nebulan scientists to improve the Relentless's engines and stealth systems, Miller trained with Sauran warriors to prepare for combat against Vorsidian troops. Intelligence Officer Frank Collins analyzed the data provided by their new allies. After 2 days of work, he called an urgent meeting. "I've found her," Collins announced, displaying a star map. "Deputy Commander Martinez is being held at a research facility on Vorsida Prime. Their homeworld? Foster asked. That's suicide. It's probably the most heavily defended planet in the Concordiat. It is, Krax confirmed. No resistance ship has ever reached it and returned. Then we'll be the first, Daniels said firmly. Meanwhile, on Vorsita Prime, Martinez had made progress with the young scientist Alec. Their conversations had become longer and more open. Your leaders claim the Concordiat helps developing species, Martinez said during one of their talks. But you take their resources and freedom instead. Alec's skin darkened with emotion. Many young Vorsidians are taught that we guide lesser species for their own good. But I've seen the truth in the research files. We exploit them. Help me escape, Martinez suggested. Come with me. Tell others what's really happening. Alec hesitated. They would hunt us down. The predictive defense system would calculate every possible escape route. Predictive defense system? Martinez asked carefully. Our greatest technology, Alec explained. It analyzes data about enemy tactics and predicts their actions with remarkable accuracy. No strategy has ever surprised it. This was valuable information. Martinez pressed for more details. No system is perfect. What are its weaknesses? It has only one consistent failure, Alec admitted. Human unpredictability. Your species makes choices our algorithms cannot anticipate. That's why the elders fear humans so much. Later that night, Alec returned with a data chip. I've disabled the sensors in this section for 2 minutes. Take this. It contains access codes and facility maps. Martinez took the chip. Come with me. I can't yet, Alec said. But I'm working on something that will help when your people come for you. How do you know they'll come? Martinez asked. Because I've been studying humans, Alec replied. And I know you don't leave your people behind. Back at Outpost Krell, the rescue plan took shape. The resistance leaders warned about the Vorsidians' predictive defense system. It's why we've never won a direct battle, Krax explained. They always know what we'll do before we do it. But it has trouble with humans, Collins added, sharing what they'd learned from intercepted communications. Then we'll be as unpredictable as possible, Daniels decided. We need to create a diversion, Foster suggested, something big enough to draw attention away from the facility. And I think I know how, Anderson said. She had been working with the Nebulan engineers to modify the Relentless's signature in space. We can make our ship look like a small fleet if we adjust our energy outputs in the right way. The plan came together. The Relentless would trigger alarms in the outer system as a diversion, while a stealth shuttle carrying Miller's team would slip through the planetary defenses using technology that combined human ingenuity with Nebulan, phase-shifting abilities. It's risky, Foster warned. But possible, Miller replied. And we have one advantage they don't expect. What's that? Daniels asked. They think they can predict us, Miller said with a smile. But humans have a long history of doing the completely unexpected when cornered. As final preparations were made, Krax approached Daniels privately. Captain, there is something else you should know, the Sauron said gravely. Our spies report that the Vorsidians are developing a new weapon at that same facility, something that could end all resistance permanently. What kind of weapon? Daniels asked. Mind control technology that works across species, Krax replied. If they succeed, no one in Concordiat space will even want to resist anymore. Daniels's determination hardened. This mission was no longer just about rescuing Martinez. The freedom of countless species might depend on their success. Tell the team we leave in 6 hours, he ordered. And let's make sure our plan is something no predictive system could ever anticipate. The UES Relentless approached the Vorsidian home system under stealth mode. Captain Daniels stood on the bridge, watching the large red planet on the view screen grow larger. Vorsita Prime, homeworld of the species that controlled the Concordiat, from the shadows. We're entering the outer sensor grid, Flight Lieutenant Wilson reported. Ready to begin the diversion on your mark. Daniels nodded. Communications send the signal to our allies. In the shadows of a nearby moon, 3 Sauran ships waited. They would attack a minor outpost on the far side of the system once the Relentless began its diversion. All stations report ready, Security Chief Foster announced. Stealth shuttle is prepared for launch. Miller's team is aboard. Then let's give them something to chase, Daniel said. Lieutenant Wilson, take us into attack position. Engineer Anderson, begin the signature modifications. Anderson had modified the Relentless to project energy signatures that would make it appear like multiple ships instead of one. The Nebulans had provided technology that could confuse Vorsidian sensors. Signature modifications active, Anderson reported. To their sensors, we now look like 5 ships. Weapons free, Daniels ordered. Target their outer defense platforms, only. We want to make noise, not cause serious damage. The Relentless fired its advanced weapons at the orbital platforms around the outer planets of the system. Alarms immediately began to sound throughout Vorsidian space. They're responding, Garcia reported from communications. I'm picking up signals from all over the system. Their defense fleet is mobilizing. Good, Daniel said. Now for Phase 2. While the Relentless led the Vorsidian fleet on a chase through the outer system, the stealth shuttle detached from its underside and quietly headed toward Vorsida Prime. On board were Miller, Collins, security specialist Diane Powell, and medic Andrew Clark, along with 2 Sauran warriors and a Nebulan engineer. Miller checked his weapons one last time. Remember, this is a rescue mission. We get in, find Martinez, and get out. And if we happen to find information about that mind control weapon, Collins asked. We take that too, Miller replied. The shuttle approached the planet using a flight path no Vorsidian ship would ever take, coming in fast and low over the magnetic North Pole, where sensor coverage was weakest due to natural interference. Planetary, defenses are fully focused on the Relentless and the Sauran attack, Powell reported, monitoring the Vorsidian communications. Our path is clear. They landed in a remote area just 5 miles from the research facility. Using the terrain for cover, they approached on foot. The facility rose from the red landscape like a massive black pyramid. Security drones patrolled the perimeter. Those drones follow predictable patterns, Collins noted after observing for a few minutes. Just like our allies said, the Vorsidians rely too heavily on their prediction technology. Powell used her expertise to bypass the external security systems, creating a gap in the patrol pattern. The team slipped inside through a maintenance entrance. According to the facility maps, the detention area is 3 levels down, Collins said, consulting a small device, and the research labs are on level 5. We split up, Miller decided. Collins, Powell, and I will find Martinez. Clark, go, with the Saurans and the Nebulan to the research level. Find what you can about the mind control technology. The team separated. Miller led his group through dimly lit corridors, avoiding Vorsidian guards when possible, using stun weapons when necessary. The Vorsidians look confused, Powell whispered after they subdued 2 guards. Their security protocols aren't working as expected. Because we're humans, Collins replied with a smile. We're not following the patterns their system predicted. They reached the detention level and found it lightly guarded. Using the access codes Alec had provided to Martinez, they bypassed the security locks and entered the cell block. Martinez should be in cell 7, Collins said, but when they reached it, the cell was empty. We're too late, Powell said, fear in her voice. Then a noise came from the end of the corridor. They raised their weapons only to see Deputy Commander Martinez step out from behind a corner. Took you long enough, she said with a tired smile. Commander, Miller exclaimed, how did you get out of your cell? I had help, Martinez replied, gesturing behind her. The young Vorsidian scientist Alec emerged, looking nervous. This is Alec, Martinez introduced. He's been helping me. He wants to stop what his people are doing. We need to move, Powell urged. Guards could come any minute. Wait, Martinez said. We can't leave yet. Alec has shown me what they're doing here. It's worse than we thought. The mind control technology is nearly complete. If they finish it, they'll use it on every species in the Concordiat. Our other team is checking the research labs now, Miller informed her. Not good enough, Martinez replied firmly. We need to destroy it completely, and we need to download the research database to prove to other Concordiate species what the Vorsidians are planning. Alec spoke up. I can take you to the main lab. With my access, we can download everything and then overload the central power core. It would destroy the facility. Miller hesitated only for a moment. Lead the way. Meanwhile, on the research level, Clark and the aliens had found the labs but were pinned down by security forces. We need backup, Clark radioed to Miller. There are too many guards. Hold position, Miller replied. We're coming to you with a Vorsidian scientist who can help. When Miller's team arrived at the labs, they found Clark and the aliens sheltering behind overturned equipment as guards fired at them from the main doorway. Alec, is there another way in? Martinez asked. Yes, through the emergency access tunnels, Alec replied. Follow me. They used the tunnels to circle behind the guards. With precision and surprise, they neutralized the Vorsidian security team. Inside, the main lab, they found rows of strange devices designed to fit over various alien head shapes. The prototypes, Alec explained. They're designed to suppress independent thought and create absolute loyalty to the Concordiate leadership. Martinez and Collins began downloading the research database while Powell placed explosives around the lab. Alec worked on overloading the power core. 5 minutes until overload, Alec announced. We need to leave now. Download complete, Collins confirmed. As they prepared to leave, alarms sounded throughout the facility. They've detected the power core instability, Alec said, his skin paling. All exits will seal automatically. Then we make our own exit, Miller decided. He contacted the Relentless. Captain, we need extraction. North wall of the facility, 5 minutes. Understood, Daniels replied. We're breaking off from the diversion now. They fought their way to the north side of the facility, where Clark treated those with minor injuries. Outside, they could hear the growing whine of the power core becoming unstable. 1 minute to overload, Alec warned. The wall before them suddenly exploded inward. Through the dust and debris, they saw the stealth shuttle hovering outside. Everyone aboard now, Miller shouted. As they rushed toward the shuttle, a squad of elite Vorsidian guards appeared behind them. Energy weapons fired. One blast hit Alec in the back. Martinez turned and saw the young scientist fall. She ran back to him despite Miller's shouts. Go! Alec gasped as she reached him. Take the data. Show them what my people have become. Come with us, Martinez pleaded. Some of us still believe in true cooperation, Alec whispered. Then he pressed a device into her hand. This will jam their tracking systems. Now go. Martinez reluctantly left him and raced for the shuttle. As the doors closed behind her, the facility began to shake with pre-explosion tremors. The shuttle barely cleared the blast radius when the power core detonated. The entire facility collapsed in on itself, leaving a smoking crater in the red landscape. Aboard the shuttle, Martinez looked at the data device in her hand. He sacrificed himself. His sacrifice won't be in vain, Miller promised. We have the evidence now, and we have you back. As the shuttle raced to rejoin the Relentless, they received an urgent message from Captain Daniels. Shuttle team, be advised. The Vorsidian High Command has dispatched their most powerful warship to intercept us. The subjugator is moving to cut off our escape route. Prepare for emergency docking. This isn't over yet. The stealth shuttle docked with the UES Relentless as the ship accelerated away from Vorsida Prime. Martinez and Miller's team rushed to the bridge where Captain Daniels was directing the escape. Welcome back, Commander, Daniels said to Martinez. Glad to see the rescue was successful. Thanks to Miller and his team, Martinez replied. But we've got bigger problems now. On the main view screen, they could see a massive warship moving to intercept them. It was 3 times the size of the Relentless, with a design that reminded Martinez of an ancient Earth predator. Sleek, deadly, and fast. The subjugator, Communications Officer Garcia explained. Flagship of the Vorsidian fleet. They don't send it unless they're serious. All hands to battle stations, Daniels ordered. Lieutenant Wilson, plot an escape course. No good path, sir, Wilson replied, her hands moving quickly over the controls. They're blocking all direct routes to the jump point. Intelligence Officer Collins was already analyzing the data they had stolen from the facility. Sir, according to these files, the subjugator is commanded by Fleet Lord Drax. He's the head of the Vorsidian military and a key architect of the mind control project. Then he'll want these files back at any cost, Martinez said. Engineer Anderson approached. The captain. Sir, I have an idea. The modifications we made to look like multiple ships, and we could reverse them. Make us disappear? Daniels asked. Not exactly, Anderson explained. More like make us look like something else entirely. The Nebulans taught me how their phase-shifting technology works. We could make the Relentless appear to be a small civilian transport. Do it, Daniels ordered. Anderson rushed to engineering while the Relentless continued its evasion maneuvers. The subjugator was gaining ground, its massive weapons charging. They're hailing us, Garcia reported. On screen, Daniels said. The face that appeared was older than the Vorsidians they had seen before. Its blue skin was darker, with elaborate markings that covered most of its face. Human vessel, the Vorsidian said. I am Fleet Lord Drax of the Subjugator. You have committed acts of war against the Vorsidian Empire and the Galactic Concordiat. Surrender immediately. This is Captain Eric Daniels of Earth, Daniels replied calmly. Your empire kidnapped our officer and planned to enslave our species. You're the ones who committed acts of war. Your primitive understanding is irrelevant, Drax said dismissively. You cannot escape. The subjugator has never failed to capture its target. Our predictive systems have calculated every possible route you might take. Daniel smiled. Has anyone ever told you that humans are bad at following predictions? He cut the transmission and turned to Wilson. Lieutenant, pull up the old Earth naval battles we discussed. Wilson nodded with understanding. She had studied Earth's military history extensively. The Battle of Midway maneuver, sir? Exactly. They expect us to run. Let's do something completely unexpected. The Relentless suddenly changed course, accelerating, directly toward the subjugator. The massive Vorsidian ship hesitated, its weapons briefly powering down in confusion. They didn't expect this, Martinez observed. Their predictive systems are failing. Anderson reports signature modifications complete, Garcia announced. We now appear as a small transport to their sensors. Perfect timing, Daniel said. Wilson, take us under their ventral shields at full speed. The Relentless shot toward the giant warship, its smaller size allowing it to maneuver in ways the subjugator couldn't match. As they passed beneath the enemy vessel, Daniels ordered a precise weapons strike at a vulnerable point where shield coverage was weakest. Direct hit, Security Chief Foster reported. Their lower weapons array is damaged. They're launching fighters, Martinez warned, as small craft began pouring from the subjugator. Wilson, show them what a real pilot can do, Daniels ordered. Wilson's hands danced across the controls. The Relentless performed maneuvers that should have been impossible, confounding the Vorsidian pilots whose attack patterns were based on predictive algorithms. Sir, Collins called from his station. I found something important in the stolen data. The subjugator uses the same central computer system as the research facility. If we could upload the virus Elec created to overload the power core, it might disrupt their systems, Martinez finished. Can we transmit it? Not from here, Collins replied. Their communication shields are too strong. We'd need to get much closer. Or, Garcia interrupted, we could broadcast portions of the stolen data to nearby Concordiat worlds. Let them see what the Vorsidians have been planning. Do it, Daniels ordered. Use all frequencies. Garcia began transmitting the evidence of the mind control project. Almost immediately, they detected changes in communications across the system as the information spread. Sir, Garcia reported excitedly. 3 Concordiat ships in the area are hailing us. They're asking to confirm our data. Send them everything, Daniels instructed. The subjugator fired its main weapons, grazing the Relentless and damaging one engine. Anderson reported from engineering that she was pushing the systems beyond their design limits to maintain speed. Captain, Martinez said urgently, several Concordiat ships are turning against the subjugator. They're attacking it. On the view screen, They watched as ships that had been part of the Vorsidian defense fleet now fired upon the subjugator. The massive warship was forced to divide its attention. "They've realized they've been manipulated for generations," Collins said. The evidence was all they needed. Fleet Lord Drax hailed them again, his face twisted with rage. "What have you done, humans? Centuries of order destroyed by your interference." "We've done what you feared most," Daniels replied. "We showed everyone the truth." "Surrender now," Drax demanded. "Order these ships to stand down, or be destroyed." "Here are our terms," Daniels countered. "Release all subjugated species from your control and dismantle your empire, or face the consequences." Drax laughed, a harsh sound. "You still don't understand your position. Even with these traitors, you cannot defeat the subjugator." He cut the transmission and the massive ship began charging its main weapon, a planet killer designed to destroy entire worlds. "He's going to fire on the nearest populated moon," Martinez realized with horror. "He'll kill millions to make an example." "Not if we stop him first," Daniels said firmly. He turned to Foster. "Chief, are the new Thunderbolt missiles ready?" Foster nodded. "Armed and locked, but we've never tested them in actual combat." "Now's our chance," Daniels said. "Target their main weapon array." The Thunderbolt missiles were Earth's secret weapon, developed from studying the technology of the first contact ship. They were designed to penetrate Vorsidian shields using a phase-shifting approach that made them virtually undetectable. "Fire," Daniels ordered. The missiles launched, disappearing from normal space as they activated their phase technology. They reappeared inside the subjugator's shields, striking directly at the charging weapon. The explosion was enormous. The subjugator's main weapon overloaded, causing chain reactions throughout the massive ship. Secondary explosions tore through its hull. "They're breaking apart," Martinez said in awe. As the subjugator began to fragment, Drax sent one final transmission. His command center was in flames around him. "How?" he demanded. "How could primitive humans defeat the greatest ship in the core? Concordiat? Our system predicted every possible outcome." Martinez, who had taken her position at the science station, replied, "You took prisoners from a human ship. You should have learned the one rule before attacking us. Human ships take no prisoners when our people are threatened. We take back what's ours." The transmission cut off as the subjugator's bridge collapsed. In the following weeks, the Concordiat underwent massive changes. With the Vorsidian control revealed, many species rebelled against their former masters. The Alliance reorganized under true democratic principles, with humanity and the former resistance taking leading roles. The UES Defiant and Relentless became the first in a new class of ships that carried a warning encoded in their identification. Beacons translated into every known language in the galaxy. "We come in peace. We offer friendship, but we take no prisoners when our people are at stake." Admiral Hayes addressed the United Earth Defense Council 3 months after the battle. "The stars hold wonders and dangers alike. We've made allies today, but also enemies. The Vorsidian Empire is weakened but not destroyed. They will remember what happened to the subjugator." "And the Concordiat?" a council member asked. "Is becoming what it always claimed to be," Hayes replied. "A true alliance of equals. Our ships will help ensure it stays that way." Captain Daniels was given command of Earth's first diplomatic vessel, with Martinez as his first officer. Their mission, to establish formal relations with the new Concordiat and explore beyond known space. As they prepared to depart, Martinez thought of Alec and his sacrifice. Thanks to him and the crew of the Relentless, countless species would know freedom instead of subjugation. "Ready to make history again, Commander?" Daniels asked on the bridge of their new ship. Martinez smiled. "Always, Captain. The stars are waiting."